Hey guys, welcome to another video on this channel. MCA Reborn for Forge and Fabric will turn boring Minecraft villages into an immersive role-playing experience with actual relationships and interactions, providing the option to get married, to build a family, and even to expand villages, to collect taxes, or to build and rule your own city. Let's dive in. With this mod installed, as you are joining a new world, you need to give yourself a name, decide your gender, and whether you want to have your normal vanilla player skin, your player skin but with changed body features, like a different height, or a newly designed villager skin that you can fully customize in the next step. If you choose the player skin or vanilla skin option, the customization is mostly relevant for your offspring. Under the body tab, you can set your height, width, breast size for women, skin color, and variations in skin color. You can also choose random clothes or select one of many preset clothing sets via Select Clothes. Under the head tab, you can set facial variations via Face, adjust the voice, and adjust the hair color as well as the hairstyle. The last tab, Traits, allows you to assign special characteristics such as a changing hair color, lactose intolerance, or color blindness. Finally, you have to choose where you want to start. As you start playing, you will realize that villagers are much different compared to your usual not really talkative ones. They now have a gender, either male or female, and you are able to interact with them. The key of the mod is building relationships with the villagers. As you right-click a villager, you can see following information on the left: their name, profession, mood, personality, special traits, and other information, like their relationship status, genes, parents, the results of your last interaction with the villager, and your own current relationship standing, which is displayed in the number of hearts, and can even be negative. Hovering over the icons or the text will show the necessary or some additional useful information. On the upper right corner, you can take a look at the family tree, choose to talk to them or interact with them. When choosing the talk option, you can greet them, chat with them, tell jokes or stories, and even choose to flirt or kiss. However, the villagers might not be always open to some of these options. Their reactions to your actions depend on their mood, personality, and your relationship to them, so they might respond negatively or positively to certain interactions. You can hover over the personality display to get some hints on how to act. A death of a villager or high taxing will lower the mood, while gifts and successful interactions will increase it. Act wisely based on their mood and personality to achieve successful interactions. Also, if you are talking too long to another villager, you might annoy them, which will stop your actions from succeeding. In that case, simply wait some time before talking to them again. Via the Interact option, you can tell the villagers to wear armor, ride a horse, stay at their current position, to follow you, to go to their home, workplace, or you can set a new home for them. You are also able to give them gifts in order to increase your relationship standing and to win their friendship. But be careful and choose the right gifts for the right person. A noble lady might not like as many fish as a gift. Once you find the right villager, you have the option to marry them. For this, you'll need an engagement ring or wedding ring. Note that the villager will not accept a wedding ring until you have reached a relationship standing of 100 hearts, and an engagement ring after reaching a relationship standing of 50 hearts. Give the ring to the villager using the gift mechanic, and hopefully they will accept it. Note that at the moment, the engagement ring is mostly there for roleplay purposes, and only the wedding ring is necessary. However, in future updates, engagement rings will also be required. Also, there's no difference between rose gold and normal rings. To divorce again, use the option in the talk menu, which will result in a penalty for your relationship status, as you will lose points. Or talk to a cleric to receive divorce papers that you can give to your spouse, which will prevent any penalty. To turn a villager into a cleric, place down a brewing stand, like in vanilla Minecraft. After marrying and building a relationship, you are able to have a child. For that, you have to select the procreate option in the talk menu. Note that you need to have a good relationship standing with your spouse, so at least 100 hearts. An unnamed baby or even twins will be placed in your inventory that you can name by right-clicking. Keep the baby in your inventory or in the inventory of your partner, and it will take 20 minutes for the baby to grow into a child, which can be changed in the configs. After that, you can place it down, and it will already have a great relationship standing with you. You need some time for the baby to grow up to be a child, so it can walk. When that happens, a new work button will be available, so you can send your child to do chores for you, like fishing, harvesting, hunting, and shopping. Note that you need to give your child the right tools for the chores using the gift mechanic or the inventory button. And of course, if the tool breaks at some point, they need a new one to continue working. The items that the child farms can be obtained by pressing the inventory button. You can accelerate the growth of your child by giving them golden apples, using the gift mechanic. Once your child is an adult, it will eventually marry another villager. However, you can also marry off your child by placing a matchmaker's ring on a potential suitor, while he or she is standing next to him or her. If you can't find your family members, you can use a whistle to call any family member you want to you. Villagers are still subject to attacks of hostile mobs at night, and unfortunately, they can be infected by zombies. Infected villagers will slowly change their skin color, start trembling, stop communicating with you, and will try to bite other villagers. After some time, they will transform into a zombie, but you can prevent that transformation if you give them a normal golden apple while they are infected, which should cure them. If you are too late and the villager has already transformed into a zombie, try to lock them up so they don't infect other villagers, and so they are not killed by your own guards. To save them, you need to throw a potion of weakness on them first, and then right-click them with a golden apple. This should cure them after a couple of minutes. Normal zombies can sadly not be cured, so you have to slay them. Another big feature of the mod is that you are able to expand your small village and build a whole city. For that, you need to craft a blueprint. Right-click with the blueprint and you will see a map of the village, information about inhabitants and houses, as well as special structures, like the town center. To expand the town, you can build a house with a roof and a door. Then enter it, open the blueprint and press Add Room. A bed is also recommended. If villagers are searching for a house, they will move in automatically. By pressing Advanced, you can also add a structure with connected rooms as a single building, and for example prevent villagers from moving in. Using the catalog button, you can also see how to add special buildings, like graveyard, storage room, infirmary or armory. Simply build the building according to the requirements, like 32 bookshelves and 1 lectern for the library, and then, as you are standing in the building, press Add Room or Building and it should appear on the map. One of your unemployed villagers should approach the structure and should become a worker for the building, so you can also trade profession-related items with them. The storage is required to store taxes. The blacksmith will improve the equipment for guards, the infirmary reduces their chance for infection by 50%, the graveyard is needed for fallen villagers to rest, the library will improve the taxes by 50%, the big house will provide space for a large family, the prison is a place to lock up, for example, infected villagers, the armory upgrades the guard's default armor, the inn will attract travelers to the village, and the music store will get a use in future updates. As you build a new house, or maybe a new type of workplace, you might want a specific villager to live or work there. To assign a villager to a home or workplace, use the Interact menu and tell them to follow you. Then walk with the villager inside the home or workplace and press Interact and then Locations. Here you can choose whether the building is supposed to be a workplace or home. After choosing, you can tell them to move freely again, so they stop following you. The villagers will walk to the workplace at day and to their home to sleep. If you want to relocate villagers from one village to another, make sure that you assign both the workplace and home in the new location. Otherwise, the villagers might commune hundreds of blocks from one village to another every day. To become the ruler of your village, you need to increase your rank. By clicking the rank button in the blueprint menu, you can see your current rank and relationship standing with the villagers, as well as which tasks to complete to reach the next rank. You will start as a peasant, then you will become a merchant, able to impose taxes, a noble, able to impose a birth limit to regulate population growth, a mayor, able to impose a marriage limit, and a monarch, able to turn villagers into guards, and able to order guards to execute specific villagers. Taxes will slowly fill up your storage building with items provided by the villagers, which might also negatively impact their mood, so don't overdo it. A structure that might become important for you is the graveyard. Villagers can be killed, for example, by hostile mobs or on raids. When a villager dies, they will be buried in the graveyard, so make sure that there are always empty plots available by placing down tombstones on the graveyard. Good news, the death of a villager does not have to be permanent. However, it takes a lot of effort to bring one back from the dead, as you must defeat the Grim Reaper. To summon the Grim Reaper, place down 3 obsidian pillars, which are 2 blocks high, as shown here, and 1 emerald block in the middle. Then ignite the top of all of them during the night. The Grim Reaper is a pretty strong boss, so I recommend at least diamond armor and some potions or golden apples as equipment to fight it. The boss can fly in the sky and will charge down to attack you. It will also summon undead mobs to attack you and inflict you with the wither effect. It can also teleport and move your items, as well as blind you. The fight can take some time, so definitely prepare enough items. Note that you can hit the Grim Reaper with a bow, but only in some moments. In others, it is immune to them. Upon death, the Grim Reaper will drop its scythe. The scythe is pretty useful, as it can be used to revive dead villagers. The first way to use it is by killing a villager with the scythe to capture its soul. Then you need to right-click on the tombstone of the deceased to revive that villager. Note that the villager will be infected. You can also use the scythe to combine it with another star and an end rod to craft a Staff of Life. With the Staff of Life, you can revive other villagers without killing another beforehand. They will also not be infected as they appear. The staff can be used 10 times. Furthermore, you can craft a few helpful survival mode items, like the needle and thread, to change your clothing. Right-click with the item and choose what you like. You can even access an online library. The comb can be used in the same way to change your hairstyle. The bouquet can be a nice gift to a villager to secure your romance. They will not fall for other villagers when you give them the item. The family tree book can be used to check the family tree of every living villager, simply by typing in their name. The Civil Registry is a book in which relevant events are documented, like the marriage of villagers. If you want to change your gender or the gender of a villager, you can use a potion of masculinity or femininity, simply by right-clicking. Rose gold is a slightly cheaper alternative to gold that can be used for crafting recipes or as a gift. There are many different types of tombstones that you can craft for some variation. A villager tracker can be used to find lost villagers, simply by typing in their name and using it like a compass. Let us tell you if a relative dies. There's also the option to craft a bunch of helpful books with information about how to build relationships, create a family, or other mechanics of the mod. However, as you also can find all of the information of the books in this video, they're not that important. There are also a few creative mode items, like Spawn Eggs, the Villager Editor, which can be used by right-clicking on a villager, and which will let you change the looks and personality of villagers, add or remove special traits, and even change the father, mother, or spouse. It also enables you to change the profession, increase or decrease the infection level, improve or worsen the mood, and increase or decrease the relationship standing with that villager. The Jeweler Workbench has not any use. A small Easter egg in the mod are the Servants, which are a mythic cultist organization. If you walk through a snowstorm at midnight, so between 16,000 and 20,000 ticks, and then milk a goat, you can perform a ritual and summon an ancient serpent cultist with a skeleton and fight it. The mob drops a mysterious book that is pretty useless, unfortunately. In the future, the developers plan to expand a few mechanics, like add a use for the music store structure, add more unique professions besides the vanilla ones, and more. This covers all the information about the mod. MCA Reborn is one of the most unique and well-crafted Minecraft mods out there. And I love the way the mod manages to turn boring Minecraft villages into interesting places, filled with many characters, even adding a city building element to Minecraft, which I am a big fan of. This mod contains interesting mechanics for everybody, whether you want to build a family or army, or just build a city full of people. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you don't want to miss any further reviews, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.